Hey everyone, Tinman here, back with today's daily jail update, and this jail is pretty big, has got 12 units in it, but one curious thing that I've noticed, ever since the Outlanders update a few days back, we have not yet had any of the new units in jail, and I'm starting to wonder if that's like a bug in the code that we just haven't seen any of the Spirits or Snapfire jailed yet, but in any case, we get another day with all of those new units completely free to play. So, let's take a look at this jail. First, let's mention some of the lower impact units, I guess. Bloodseeker and Io, and even Windranger to an extent. This top row here are pretty low impact jailed units. They don't really go into too many different strategies. Bloodseeker was arguably the worst unit in the game. Windranger is very easily replaceable in most Hunter compositions. And Io has been moving down and down on my tier list ever since they removed the ability for him to reset the cooldowns on whoever they relocated. So I'd try to avoid Druids today, as with Io being out and Treant Protector being out, there's just not a lot of good appeal to going Druids at any point of the game, really. Here we've got Nyx Assassin in jail as well, and that definitely hampers Assassins. You really can't pair them up with Insects the same way you used to, because Nyx obviously being the major bridge between there, but I've seen Assassins be plenty viable even without their popular pairing of Insects, if you want to pair them with things like Tidehunter, Alchemist, Tiny or Kunkka, perhaps. Just some kind of tanky front line, hopefully one that packs some CC to really let Assassins get off the ground. I still think Assassins are very viable. Even with Nyx Assassin gone, there are plenty of other good Assassins in the pool. Puck being gone is definitely a hurt to mages, as well as Morphling being out. You don't really get the bridge between mages and dragons now, like you'd have with Snapfire and Dragonite, and sometimes you even want to play Viper in those kind of magic damage compositions. So without Puck, I would try to avoid 6 mages, and that relies on dragons as some damage sources, but you can still possibly play like 3 mages, maybe paired up with spirits. You still have a lot of the high impact mages like Keeper of Light, Lich, and even Storm Spirit, the newest unit, plus Razor, all really good mages that deal lots of AoE magic damage even without Puck and Morphling, so I'm sure you can still find some ways to make some mages work. We've got Treant Protector and Doom out, both Brutes, and I know Brutes have been moving up a lot in popularity recently, especially when paired with Warlocks. So seeing all 3, Alchemist, Treant, and Doom all taken out, these are really high impact Brutes and Warlocks. So I definitely see that strategy moving down in priority today, maybe making a little bit more space for things like 3 or 6 mages, as well as Assassin builds to kind of rise up and overshadow them a little bit today. Not to say they're completely unviable, there's still lots of Brutes and Warlocks left, but these are some of the higher impact ones that I'd be a little bit more upset to lose. We've got 2 Warriors out here, Kunkka and Tusk. Honestly, not that big of a deal. Tusk definitely hurts their early game a little bit, but he's probably the least impactful warrior, I'd say, in the game total, in terms of like the alliances he provides and like just where he fits in on the curve. I'm not at all worried about losing Tusk. Kunkka is kind of like a poor man's version of Tidehunter. You generally want Tidehunter first. So honestly, most late game warrior compositions are only going to run 3 warriors anyway, and so missing these 2 is not that big a deal. You can pair them up with dragons like Viper and Dragonite, or with hunters like Sniper, Terrorblade, Mirana, Beastmaster. You also have like Warrior and Heartless bonuses that you can pair together. So 4 Heartless with Pudge, Drow Ranger, and some other hunters. Things like Beastmaster and Bristleback to deal lots of AoE physical damage is still very viable. That's built out of a warrior core. And finally, Techies is our ace in jail today, and that definitely is a big problem for, you won't have a payoff for the Ace of Inventors effect, but otherwise, all the other like earlier game Scrappies and Inventors are all still available. So things like 3-star Tinker, 3-star Clockwork, Timbersaw are all still pretty strong, but you will struggle to get up to enough Scrappies and Inventors to really make it worthwhile, but I wouldn't completely rule out if you want to go like 4 Scrappies plus maybe some mages, even without Techies. I still think that's a reasonable idea. So thank you so much for watching. Good luck in your games today, and I will see you tomorrow.